Hey Buckaroos, welcome back. It's been a while. Today I'm going to do something really different. We're going to veer away from radio for just a second. And I'm going to show you how, because we happen to do this and I'll explain it, but I'm going to show you how to go on vacation and save thousands and thousands of dollars depending on where you go. I mean, you could easily be saving $5,000. So what is this? What are we talking about? I'm talking about house sitting. Pet and house sitting. Now you're going to be like, oh man, I don't want to be doing that. Believe me, it's not a big deal. We did it for 2 weeks. We just started to try it out. I had a membership at this particular website, and it tends to be the biggest one in the world, which we'll go into that, but I'm just going to give you the little preamble ahead of time. We happen to be in Panama. We were filming down there for something else, and we ran across this couple who were in their young 30s, somewhere in there. And they had been living in Panama in beautiful homes. I mean, like estates, gorgeous places. And they simply were house sitting for 2 years. 3 months here, 4 months there, 6 months in this one. An amazing experience. I thought, wow, I've been paying for this thing. Well, let's try it out. So we did. We tried it out for 2 weeks, and it was fantastic. We watched one little dog and a lady's house. She went away to Italy for 2 weeks. The house was beautiful. The neighbors were great. The neighborhood to walk the dog in was fantastic. It was just a really, really good time. We did it just, to start ramping up and getting an idea of how this whole thing works. And you want to get reviews on yourself. So sometimes it's a little tougher to start out. But the more you do, the more reviews you get. It's almost like you're kind of a hotel. When people are looking up reviews on you, whether you're trustworthy, whether you leave the place, dirty or clean, how you take care of the pet. But the bottom line is you get to stay in a house or a condo or a houseboat or different, types of homes for 100% free. Let's say you wanted to go to London, as an example. Minimum in US dollars, you're going to be paying $200 a night, probably closer to $300. If you were in Canadian dollars, and you're going to convert that even higher, it'd be like $400 to $500 a night. But let's just hold on to $200. If you stay a week somewhere, 200 times 7 days, that's $1,400 that you don't have to pay for. And you're not in a hotel room, you're actually in a house or a condo or something bigger where you can cook your own meals. It's an amazing way to save money and also have a pretty good time, because it's kind of fun watching other people's pets and staying in their homes. And I'm going to take you through the website company that we use. I don't get anything for this, just thought it would be kind of fun to do the video. So I'm going to take you through, I'm going to go through 3 different homes. The last one in particular, that really drives it home, because it's 5 weeks in a resort, in a beautiful home, condo, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, that would easily be $3,000-4,000 that you don't have to pay for. You can do what you like if you want to skip ahead, but I encourage you to at least do the front part where I explain the website and how it works, because, with this, what I'm saying right now, the good parts, and then going through the website, you'll have a totally good idea of what it costs and how it works and how easy it is, really, if you have any experience with pets, if you've had a dog or a cat and you know that game, okay, how you can do this and save thousands and thousands of dollars when you travel. There's a bunch of different places where you can do this, sites to go through, and I'll just bounce through a few of them just so you get a general idea. So here's one, House Sitters Canada. Here's another one, Mind My House. This is careguidehousesitters.com. Here's another one, House Sitters International. This is the first one that I joined, but then never used it for I don't know, I think it was like 4 or 5 years paying for this thing. But then I happened to hit this thing, which was pretty cool. This is the 11 best house sitting websites reviewed and ranked by these two. And what's interesting about these two is that they basically have been house sitting in 14 countries, and they've been doing it for years and years, 6 years of house sitting. But if they did this for 6 years on a full-time basis, that means 6 years worth of rent. I mean, a typical rent is going to be, let's just say it's $20,000. Okay, 6 times 20 is $120,000. And they saw 10 countries, and they've been in 60 different places, and so on and so forth. So let me just jump down here. I'll go to the best part.
Here's their comparison of things. The best house sitting websites, quick comparison table. Trusted House Sitters is on the top of the list. There's the logo. Costs $129 US bucks to be a basic house sitter. And there's other ones. Aussie House Sitters. This is Australian, obviously, 84 bucks Australian. House Sitters America, House Carers, Mind a Home, Happy House Sitters, Kiwi House Sitters, Mind My House, Paw Shake. No membership fee. We went through this one, and this is the one I'm going to take you through, okay, to give you an idea of this is what's involved. And there's not that much involved. If you like pets and you've ever had a dog or a cat and you know how to take care of a dog or a cat, you're used to it, used to the walks, used to maybe feeding them medication, giving them a shot, doing things like that, picking up poop, if you're used to that. These things are not that hard. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to see this page after you've signed up. It's the usual sign up. You give them an email address and your name, your vital statistics and that type of stuff, where you are, your address, because they want to know that you're a responsible person, because they're going to be putting you into somebody's home. Okay, so they definitely would be worrying about that. And so would a homeowner who's coming into my house. And then you're going to have to fill out a few things. So you're going to have to fill out like a profile, you and what your life's about, and have you any experience with pets and things of that nature. And if you are a homeowner that is looking for a house sitter, you're going to have to do pretty much the same thing. And you'll see that when we go through ads, and then describe what you're looking for. So they're sort of the two sides of the same coin. So let's do the homes and house sitting. So this is what's going to happen when you first hit it. You get a view of the world over here. What are you actually going to be doing if you're looking? Well, probably your first thing you're going to want to do, an obvious is to put in a place here. Where do you want to go? But let's skip that for just 1 second. You're going to put in the dates. So you would go here and you'd choose some dates that you want to be house sitting at. So maybe just to make it easy, you go, I want to be between July, the month of July. That's the only time I can go. I can take vacation off during July. Okay. Then the next thing is, well, how long do you want to do it? And you put something in here. The minimum is 3 days. Somebody wants to go away Saturday, Sunday, or it's a long weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But you have the month off and you have 2 weeks of vacation, let's just say, and you could take them. So you just take it out to 2 weeks and you hit apply. And now it's going to be looking for someone wants 2 weeks or less. And the pets. So then you go like, well, what are you comfortable doing? Well, you could do no pets, which probably is going to really tighten down the amount of houses that are going to need just a house sit. But, you could click it. But for most people, I think it's going to be, well, I can do a dog, do a cat. Birds are probably going to be pretty easy. Small pets, well, like if you have a rabbit or, somebody's got, some other thing. Reptile, maybe. Fish are usually pretty easy. Horses, you'd probably have to know a lot about those. Reptiles, I don't know. Chickens, well, you're on a farm, probably. Same thing with livestock, and probably with horses too. So you go like, I'm good with these 5. All right, let's see what these are. And almost all of these are, I shouldn't say all, the majority are dogs or cats, or both. Okay? So it's already sort of narrowing this down for you. See, this is 4th to 9th, 5 days. This is 2 days. So it's 2 weeks or less, and that's what they're starting to show you. Local attractions, I've never done this, but I guess if you're thinking about, well, I want to do a general vacation, I don't really care specifically where I'm going to go. Surprise me, you might want to say, I want to go to a city. I want to go to a beach. I want to, you know what, let's go to the beach. Already throwing up beach places in different parts of the world. And some more filters. House or an apartment. Let's make it a house. And I don't want to do too many of these because it's going to really narrow this down. That this thing's probably going to have a hard time searching. It's going to be difficult for me then to show you exactly what's going on. But I'll say a house and see what happens. This is 2 days, a weekend, Langley, BC. This is a couple weeks. This is a couple weeks, UK. Porthcawl, I'm assuming that's on the ocean or close to it, somewhere in there, or definitely a beach town. Brighton, that's a beach town, and so forth. So, and here's one at Fish Hawk Ranch in Florida. Which one do we want to go? Now, let's assume that you don't want to be flying to Europe or South Africa or some other different place, and you want to be in the U.S. Let's look for the U.S. ones. Well, here, you know what? Let's see if I narrow this down any more by actually just going North America. It's probably going to serve up the same stuff, but now we're only in North America. I don't know about you if you would do it, but I mean, certainly when I look through these, I mean, I'm looking for the dates and places and all that sort of stuff, but I'm also, fairly or unfairly, I'm looking for the house too, because you don't want to live in a dump for 2 weeks or a month. So you're looking for, okay, what's a nice looking place? This place looks nice. This place looks nice. This looks like it could be nice. This looks extremely nice. Low applications. You know what? Let's take this one, and I'll show you why. Because when you see low applications, part of it is because they're really close to the dates and still don't have somebody. But my guess is what they're asking someone to do is going to be pretty hard if you're not versed in it. And that might be giving a pet a shot. Okay? When you go like, ooh, strange dog. They don't know me. I don't know them. I don't know if I want to actually stick the dog with a needle, and that would deter some people. But let's just see, just out of curiosity. So Josie is the parent, and here's what the place, and here's the dog. Here's what the place looks like. 2 dogs. And a cat. Cute. Okay, so got that out of the way. Nice place. Then they'll tell you about themselves. And again, if you were a house sitter, you're going to do something equivalent to this, except it's going to be about you. Small family, you travel frequently for work and fun. Black cat, 17 years old. Ooh, that's a pretty old cat. Easy life, sleeps, eat, repeat. Okay. Other 2 kitties are normal cats. Okay, so there's 3 cats here. And they have 2 dogs. 3 cats, 2 dogs. One is a hound. She's about 7. Loves back scratches and walks. The other one's 5 years old. A terrier lab mix. Full of energy. And they like to play together. Okay. The home is located in Lithia, Florida. 30 minutes to an hour from beaches, shopping, Tampa life. It's not really beach, probably as most people would be thinking of beach. So that's why it's good to read these things. Read more. Okay, so this is the location. What else they have? 5 minutes from grocery stores and lots of local restaurants. And the home has a pool. Okay. Moving down, amenities. Pretty fair amount of amenities. Some right more than others. This would be a big one if you're going to be there for a couple weeks. This one's not, but if you were there for a couple weeks, you'd want a washer and dryer. You get the idea. You can see what they have. Now, here's where it becomes important for you to make a judgment call as to whether you want to take this or not. And I'm going to go through a couple more of these, not in this much detail, but I'll just jump to the responsibilities to give you a good idea of what you would be getting into if you use trusted house sitters. This is what we use. We use trusted house sitters. It's the biggest one. It seems to have the most people on both sides. I don't know if it is or not, but I kind of wonder because of its size that it maybe is the best one on the up and up. Okay. Like you're not going to show up in a house on the other side of the world and it's a scam and there is no house there, or it's some super dump and they show different pictures. Okay, man, that would be the last thing you'd want. So what do you got to do? Cats fed twice a day. Litter boxes need cleaned out every day. No big deal there. Totally fine. Dogs are fed twice a day, let out regularly as needed. Interesting. This is actually a fairly easy one, just taking the words as is, because a lot of them you have to take the dogs out and go for a long walk for them to do their business. This one looks like you can just let them out into the backyard. Presumably it's fenced, or the dogs are so used to being outside that they don't go anywhere. None of the animals are currently on medication. So far, super simple. Dogs are walked at least once a day, typically early morning or evening because it's so hot. And that's it. That is super simple. And then you get some reviews of people who had done house sitting there. So far, 10 different people have done it. Had a great time at Josie's. All of her pets are sweet, easy to take care of. Yeah, for sure, they'd be easy to take care of. You don't have to do very much. Basically, feed them and walk them. Anyway, so there's one. So let's go back to search results and let's change it entirely. So where do we want to go? Let's say we want to go to, we were looking at England, so why don't we go to England, okay? And when you put something in specific, you start to get choices. You want England, the region, the city, Greater London, even bigger, Yorkshire, United Kingdom. Let's do all of England and just see what pops up. I'm going to just zoom in here, but there's probably not very many in London because they would get snapped up immediately, but there is one. I'm just going to take it just one shot just for the heck of it. A houseboat on a private island, 10 days in August. And I would think they would have a pretty fair amount of ones for August. July might be tough. And because you're going to have to find somebody probably in the London or certainly this part of England, because nobody's flying across the globe to do 3 days, outside of London. You're just not. Anyway, live in a private island on the Thames, loads of places to take my dog. This is a riverside home on a fabulous position on an island accessed by a vehicular bridge. So you can drive to it. It's quirky, bohemian, presented as an entrance area, and they describe the place. Let's go for responsibilities. The dog needs a walk, roughly 45 minutes to an hour every day. Okay, no problem. Sleeps a lot after his walk. Isn't irritating if you want to get on with work. He can't be left for more than 4 to 5 hours max. Well, that's kind of pretty much with every dog, really. You don't want to leave a dog for 8 or 9 hours when they're inside because they're going to have to go to the bathroom. Even 4 to 5 is kind of pushing it, I would say. He can be territorial and protective of me, so I have to be careful if anyone coming into the gate without him is being introduced first. I keep a chain on the gate so delivery drivers just won't walk in unannounced. But he's a lovely dog, not aggressive. When he's out and walking around, he's great off the leash. They call it the lead there, never runs off. That's fantastic. And this is the dog. All right, let's just look through. And again, this is going to be a log video, and you can certainly jump ahead if you want to the end or whatever. But I'm going to go through after this one more. So here's the houseboat, and it's on the water, and 2-story, pretty inside. There's your neighbors. Wow, that's a great looking houseboat. You can just jump right to the end now, and the time at the bottom of your screen is the ending where it kind of summed this thing up. I was curious about that one in Mexico, and let's see what's here. So there are 3 in Mexico. So which one should we take a look at? Let's take a look at Rosarito. So this is a little over a week, and this one here is a month, November 10th to December 10th, and then another 6 days. So 5 weeks for here. So this would be nice to do 5 weeks in Mexico at this place. Let's see what I'm assuming it's on the beach or very close to it, but there's water there. Pretty place. Wow, this is great. Do like 5 weeks in Mexico for free on the beach in a really nice condo. How nice is that? I mean, what would that cost you? But for sure, that would minimum be $1,800 to $3,000, somewhere in there that you don't have to pay for. And they don't have to pay you to actually watch their home and to watch their pet. They're in a secure gated beachfront community of 17 acres. There's a Wyndham Worldmark Hotel adjacent, so you're in a resort area, nice. And the Rosarito Beach Hotel within walking distance. Oh my God, this is an awesome one. You got the beach cottage vibe. This casa is a cozy 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Alfredo pretty much mirrors you. If you're on the sofa, he wants to be up next to you. He sleeps with us, but once in bed, he barely moves until the next morning. So you'd have to take him for his walk and a jaunt on the beach. Okay, well, how bad is that? He likes his breakfast around 7:30, supper around 4 o'clock. He gets 1 rawhide bone around 1:30. No people food. He enjoys meeting and playing with other dogs in the community. So that means he's not going to be going nuts and barking and crazy. So he's used to other dogs. That's a plus. Bit timid with strangers. That's nice. So he's not probably going to be biting them. Overall, very kind, patient, loving little guy. He must always be on a leash in the community, but okay to be off the leash on the beach. He can be left alone for up to 2 hours. He does experience separation anxiety, but we're working with him on this. House is pretty simple. It's an HOA, so no outside maintenance. Inside, just basic pick up and be tidy. We do not have a washer or dryer or dishwasher, and there's a laundromat in the community close by. 1 to 2 houseplants that require a little water, no more than once a week. Wow, this is another easy one. A lot of them are easy. They really are. I mean, this sums up, really, I'm glad I went this one extra one. Hopefully you're still with me watching this. This is the epitome of what I was saying right from the beginning. You get 5 weeks in Mexico inside of a walled community that is a beach resort with 2 hotels within walking distance. And obviously they're going to have restaurants and other things there. You get all of that for free. And that would cost you a lot of money, easily into the multi-thousands of dollars. House sitting is really fantastic, but again, I can't stress this enough, you have to be comfortable with pets. And certainly the majority are dogs and cats. So if you are good with, and if you've had dogs and cats, you're going to be good doing this.
House sitting and pet sitting, it's a phenomenal way to save money. Now I should point out here that some of those actually have no pet. There's not a whole lot of them, but you do encounter them where they just want somebody at their place because maybe, like the people that I was telling you about in Panama, the young couple, they had, for their 2 years, where they were down there, some of the ones that they would have would be snowbirds, okay? So somebody has a home, typically a beautiful home in Panama, but this could be anywhere. This could easily be in Florida where somebody's living up north, all right? Say they live in New York and they only snowbird in Florida, but they don't really want their place in Florida empty. So they'll let somebody go into their house in Florida or their condo or whatever and live there rent-free, just making sure that, it's taken care of, there's no mold, nothing leaks, nobody breaks in because they're there. And you probably would easily find someone where they're gone at the end of April, so you have a shot at May, June, July, August, September. Maybe they're back in October, or maybe they're back in November. So you could have 6-7 months living in Florida at a nice place and pay nothing. Hope you like this. Hope you got something out of it. As always, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching, and we will see you on the next video. See ya!